Welcome back to Low Buck Builds. This is an exciting episode as we got a new project vehicle. I can't wait to show you guys. It's a 2001 Jeep Wrangler and it's got lots of extras, so let's take a walk around. So this is a 2001 Jeep Wrangler. It does have the 4-cylinder. It has lots of upgrades we'll start going over. First of all, it's Rhino lined. It's got the nice little high lift jack there. And it's got a Smitty-built 9,500 pound winch with cable, which my preference is fabric, but it's free, so I'll take it. Rolling on 33s. These tires are in really good shape. It is dirty, but that's fine. We're going to get dirty on the trail anyway. So yeah, we got the hard top, half doors. We got a nice bumper back here. I'm going to have to see if I can get the rest of it for the tire carrier. But overall, especially for Michigan, it seems to be in really good shape. So it had about $4,000 worth of upgrades about 2 years ago. It has ARB air lockers in the back. It's been upgraded to 513 gears. So, just to name a few things. Like I said, it has the rock sliders on it, 4-inch lift. Overall, a pretty sweet Jeep, especially for trading for the truck. It's going to need some love, but then again, it is over 20 years old. It's a little dirty in here. Seats are a little ripped, but this is all stuff. This is all cosmetic. This is easy stuff. It also has been bed lightered in and out. Our frame is actually in really good shape. You can tell this truck originally came from Florida, I believe is what he told me. But yeah, overall, a really nice Jeep. But we do need to do some work, like I mentioned before. It's going to need a donut gasket, an exhaust manifold gasket. These are all typical things on these 4-cylinders. So yes, it does run loud, but it does shift really good. It drives out really good. Still has plenty of power. It's got 195,000 miles on it. So it is a little bit higher mileage, but you know what? This is a toy for me. It's not going to be a daily driver, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, it drove really good down the road. Overall, I think it's going to be a really good Jeep for us. So yeah, we're going to be doing a valve cover gasket. It looks like it's seeping a little bit. We're definitely going to be doing new manifold gasket, new donut. We'll probably, while we're there, we'll go ahead and do new plugs. Oil change. Does have a very small power steering leak, which, looking at the hoses, I'm guessing is probably just a hose issue. So we'll take care of that. Just do a basic tune-up. But overall, it's a pretty good Jeep. And I'm happy with it. It's going to be a fun toy. I can't wait to take it out on the trail next weekend. So as you can see, it used to be yellow. So yeah, next video we'll go ahead and get that exhaust manifold done and a little bit of a tune-up, and then I'm planning on taking it on a camping trip and we'll go hit some trails with it and try it out. Alright, so thanks for hanging out. If you want to see those upcoming projects, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. So as you can hear in this intro, the telltale puff puff sound of a exhaust manifold gasket that's blown. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and tear this Jeep down and we're going to replace that gasket. I'm not going to go super in detail. I'm just going to show you where I have issues and how I resolve them. And we're going to go ahead and get this gasket replaced. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this air box. See a flathead screwdriver. There's 2 screws, one on the left, one on the right. It's crazy to me that people get rid of a vehicle just because of the exhaust manifold gasket. It's not that hard to replace. Alright, next, we gotta get the belt off. 15 millimeter. Let's see if I can do it with a small ratchet, but probably gonna need the breaker bar. Alright, so I'm going to catch you guys up. So we got the belt off. We got the air intake off. This third bolt down here was rounded. So that took me about an hour to get off. Finally, I was able to get an impact in between there. And somehow hammer it on to correct it enough to pull it out. I was starting to wonder if I was going to have to find a way to cut it. It was not fun. So anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and get this fuel rail disconnected, start labeling and removing all these electrical plugs, and then we'll start working on the intake and then the manifold. I'll keep you updated. So since this is the first time I've done this, I'm going to go ahead and label it with tape and mark everything and number everything so I know where all these plugs go back to. Alright, so I got everything labeled that I want to label. I got all these vacuum lines off and labeled. So next and I got the gas line disconnected. So next I'm going to get this fuel rail off. I'm going to get this throttle body off. And then I'll come back. Alright, next update. We got the fuel rail off. Now we're ready to do the intake. I think I'm going to do the 2 bolts underneath here first. And the bolts on the collector down below. And then I'll come up work on these. There's actually one missing over there. I'm definitely glad I got the valve cover gasket because it is definitely seeping oil down. Alright, I'm gonna get underneath and try to get those bolts out. Like I said, there's 2 under here that hold fuel lines, I believe. And then there should be 2 on the collector. I'll be back after I get that done. Alright guys, I'm gonna end up calling it a night. I got a bunch of gas I spilled. I gotta cut those bolts off on donut gasket. So I'm gonna let it dry up and evaporate tonight. But I did get the intake off. All the manifold bolts are loose. They're ready to pull out. They're hand tight right now. So tomorrow we should be able to get it off. We'll get all this cleaned up. I gotta get a bolt kit and we'll start getting it back together. Alright, day 3. All we got left on there is the manifold. We're going to go ahead and cut it off down at the donut collector and then get that off of there. Then we'll compare it with our new one, see if we need to do any alterations, and finally start getting this put back together. I think I got a total of maybe 3 hours in this so far. And that's with the hour working on that pulley for the power steering and that 1 bolt that was rounded off. So let's get to it. Alright, so you can definitely see over here it was blowing right past the gasket, and there's a really good reason for that right here on this hole. The rest of the manifold looks fine. There is no cracks or anything. This manifold's actually fine. But the reason is right there. And I went to go tap that because that bolt was missing and it's broke off in there. So I'm going to have to order a 90-degree drill and the right bit and re-tap that. So that's going to leave this here for at least a day or 2. I'll have to see how soon I can get one. So in the meantime, I'm going to work on cleaning all this up. I'm going to go ahead and get this gasket here changed. Oh my gosh, I get my phone ready. So I'm going to go ahead and do the valve cover gasket. While I'm waiting for that, get all this cleaned up. I actually got fuel injectors coming. So we're going to end up doing a full tune-up. I got plugs and wires coming, new cap and rotor coming. So in the meantime, I'm going to get this all cleaned up while we're waiting to get the stuff to repair that. But yeah, one thing I found out is a lot of the bolts were definitely loose. I have a new stud kit, so I'll go ahead and get those new studs in here as well. And as soon as we get that, we'll re-tap that one, get that one in, and get it back together. Alright, it's a couple days later. I got the tools I need. We're going to go ahead and repair the stud that broke off. We're going to tap and re-drill. I got the bits off of Amazon, and the rest I bought at Harbor Freight. So, let's get to it. Okay, so I went ahead and put tape on my drill bit, because I only need to drill a little bit to get this studded. I don't have to go very far. I don't want to go any further than I need to. So I went about 1/8 inch past the threads. Alright, so I got everything cleaned up. I got the sealing surface cleaned up, and we're going to get this gasket, get the manifold back on. Stay tuned. Alright, we're going to go ahead and clean this manifold up. I'm going to reuse this one because there's nothing wrong with it. So I can put the other $80 back in the bank. Use a little brake cleaner. Also, because we're reusing this, we're going to use, where did I put it? We're going to use some copper gasket sealer on both sides of the gasket just to help seal this up. So yeah, we're going to use Permatex Ultra Copper High Heat. We're going to put it on both sides of the gasket. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. The next video in the series is going to be doing a tune-up. I'm going to do plugs, wires, rotor, cap, valve cover, gasket, and so on. So if you want to see that, hit that subscribe button. If this video helped you out, hit that like button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Like and subscribe.
Alright, so here's the plan of attack on this thing today. We're going to get this belt back on. We got to wrap up a few things from whenever we did the exhaust manifold. So I'm going to put a new intake gasket on. We're going to do fuel injectors. I need to get the exhaust underneath hooked up. There's 2 bolts for the intake that need to be put on. A couple of vacuum lines. Then after we get that all done, we're going to do a new seal for the valve cover gasket. And we're going to do plugs, wires, rotor, and cap. So let's get busy. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get this belt back on here. It's a pain in the butt, but we're going to get it done. Alright, we got our belt back on and tensioned up. Next, I'm going to go ahead and get this off and replace the gasket and get these vacuum lines hooked up. Stay tuned. I'm not going to bore everybody with replacing this intake gasket. Basically, remove 4 bolts, pick it up, put the gasket on, put the 4 bolts back in, and then put the vacuum lines back on. That's all there is to it. Let's move on. Alright, so we got everything caught up now. Everything's back together that we took apart to do the exhaust manifold. So now we can start on the actual tune-up. The first thing we're going to do is get the valve cover off and change that gasket, get it all cleaned up. Then we're going to move to plugs. So stay tuned. Well, I unplugged a few things, but I'm not going to unplug everything all over again. So I'm just going to work around and try to clean this up. So I think what I'm going to do is break the crud loose with a Scotch-Brite and then use shop towels to clean up the mess left over. Or a rag. There's just so much crud in here. Basically break it up, all this crap, get surface, clean sealing surface. I'm not going super nuts on us, I probably should, but I gotta get this Jeep out tonight. It's already 9 o'clock. 5:30 comes early, so it's a work night. Fun part right here. Almost want to think about getting a steel brush on this. We'll see. If it's daytime, I take this out and use gasoline. Gasoline does a really good job of cleaning this stuff, all the oil off. But it's not daytime, it's nighttime. It's so bad. This stuff's just been seeping for years. Really, this needs a soaking gas overnight. Just put the whole thing in and soak it, but I don't have that kind of time. Just gonna try to get as much of it off as we can. Break up some of this bigger stuff. I think we're just gonna get a new valve cover eventually. Alright, I looked at just getting another valve cover, but everything closes in 2 minutes, so we gotta clean this one up. Better than it was. Get the new gasket on here. Here's the gasket we're gonna be using. Link's going to be in the description. Picked it up off Amazon. Of course, you can get Velcro everywhere. nightmare started. I'm gonna go ahead and let these bolts soak in some acetone for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Then I'll clean them up and we'll go ahead and get them put back in. As you can see, we already got our valve cover back on, and we'll get these bolts back in. We'll get this fastened down. I'm gonna take a little break for 20 minutes, let the dog in, let them eat, and then we'll get this knocked out. So as I said before, we'll let these soak in acetone for about a half hour. Just get all the grease and stuff out. I'm out of brake cleaner. This will work perfectly fine. It's probably overkill, but it's working. That's what matters. Hey, and I even cleaned up my tray. Nice and shiny. Way better. We'll start getting these things in. These corners in, and then we'll get the rest in. Alright, Rooster. Tighten these down a little bit. We're gonna leave them fairly loose so we can get them started. Make sure we get them all started before we start going too nuts with it. Okay guys, so we got the new valve cover gasket on. We've got our exhaust gasket. We've got new injectors you can see down there in the black. So next we got plugs, wires, rotor, and cap. Let me grab them and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're down to the last step of the night. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get these plugs, wires, cap, and rotor done. What I like to do is lay out all my parts so I can see what I got going on. I buy all these parts off of Amazon. I put a link in the description if you'd like to purchase them and help out the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. And like I said, it helps me out on the channel. So let's get going. So yep, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the cap and rotor. There's only 4 plugs here. I know it's super simple, but I like to do them one at a time, no matter how many cylinders there is. So that way everything goes back where it's supposed to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the cap and rotor. Real simple here. Let's see. It looks like they are a Phillips screwdriver for the 2 screws. We'll go ahead and pull our rotor off, or our cap off. We'll leave all the plugs installed for now. There's one. This out of the way. Should be good. Alright, so I'm going to go one by one. I'm going to use this little cap here for reference. I'm going to pull the plugs off the cap and put them on a new cap. So there's one. There's two. You know, I'm going to be changing these wires anyway, but this is just the way I do it. So I'll probably just leave the coil one loose, and we'll start doing the new wires by it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out our rotor. It's pointing right towards me, so I'll make it nice and easy. These are keyed, so they're hard to screw up. Knock on wood. Alright, new rotors in there. I'm going to go ahead, throw the new cap on. Go. Screwdriver. There's one started. Tighten these up. Jeez. Now I gotta go Hercules on these, just get them snug. And they are fine threaded. It's taking a little bit. Alright. Yeah, make sure the other one's still snug. Alright. So I'll go ahead and throw my last plug. Just lay it on there. Because we'll be switching it anyway. I'll probably start there once I do the coil. Alright. Pop this coil off. There's the old cap. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, it's a little corroded. It's about ready for a change. Not sure if I need to do anything with that or not. No. Alright, so I'll start with the coil wire. So I'm going to go over to our pile here. Coil wire is obvious because it's the only one with the two right angled boots. Go down in between here and find that thing again. Right here. First one's done. Alright, I'm going to go find our wrench. I'll be right back. Alright, we got our 5/8 plug wrench. I've already gapped these all to 0.35. Which is what this calls out for these. That's perfect. Alright, let's start with the first. Now we're going to go over and find one that's about the size, which I think they're all pretty much the same in this motor. Both of those look like it. It's not one of the shorter ones. I think we're going to... Oh, they're actually numbered. What do you know? They're not numbered right, but they're numbered. Maybe it is right, I don't know. Alright, so we gotta do the plug. I almost forgot about that. swivel socket here. This one's gonna be a pain in the ass. That's why I started here. Here we go. Yep. Looks like it's time for a change. Alright. Double check my gap. Perfectly on 035. And we'll send her on in there. I'm gonna go Super Hercules, just nice and snug. We got our new boot. So our plugs came with some dielectric grease, which is nice. Throw just a little hair of that on to help keep the water out. I predict this should be the hardest one. The rest of them should go a lot faster and be a lot easier. This is the hardest part right here. There we go. It snapped on. I felt it. Throw a little bit of dielectric in this. Two. Okay, using the old plug to dab it around here. That'll help keep water out, moisture if you're fancy. One down, 3 to go. Alright guys, I officially have 3%. It's midnight. We're going to do a quick test, see if it fires up.
Like this video if you like it.
If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe.
Like this video and subscribe.
You don't have to be so nervous, huh? Just be silly, relax. Say, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Says Lily.
Already did it.
Okay. Alright. Alright, welcome back to Low Buck Builds. In this video, we're going to take the new Jeep out and give it a test drive. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Low Buck Builds. In this video, me and my son Timmy are going to try out the new Jeep TJ. You guys probably recognize this. This is the one that I did the exhaust manifold on, and it's also the one I did the tune-up on. So, enjoy the video. Go inside. 4, 1, and we'll see if our 4 works. It's working. Alright, we got 4-wheel drive high. Ooh. Alright, now we're going to test the low. So we should be going like super slow. Yep. Should we test our lockers? Yep, lockers are working. Welcome floor wheeling. Since we don't have any mountains to go off of, I'm gonna turn the lockers off. We don't need them. We're gonna go to 3. little soupy out here. Just idle through and
that is a big. Hopefully this Jeep gets faster unlike the last one.
that last one went anywhere. That was a good Jeep. It's just the frame started rotting, and it wasn't worth putting a new frame in. It's crazy as the camera never shows up how rough it is. Alright, so eventually there's going to be a big dip to the left, and that's where we're going to do our first, like, get out and film. Which is a little ways back here. Too bad they have that blocked off, that would be cool. So this goes back to Indian Lake. It's hidden back here. Most people don't even know it's there. I did a drone video on it. So the compressor seems to be working. To look and see if it's got, it might have outputs on it where I can fill the tires and stuff too. Technically, if it's real bad, we'd be airing down and all that good stuff, but it's not that bad. These tires are got like monster grooves in them. There we go. This thing's going right through it like it ain't nothing. AC smoking. What are you talking about?
There was smoke coming out of the AC.
Was there?
Yeah.
That's not good. Right there's our hill. It's probably just oh, I bet you it's from the water getting up on the exhaust. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Tree. That's all the motor that's braking right there. Oh, it's blocked off. This is one of the trails I wanted to check out, but
I mean, I can go out and move that.
Yeah, but see, there's a bigger one right next to it, back there too. All right, I'm gonna look under there and make sure we're not on fire or something real quick, and then we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
We ready?
Yep.
I didn't even have the lockers on. It just drove right up. Like when I went up that in the Suburban, so I knew if the Suburban could do it, this could do it. All right, we're gonna go out back out of the park. and go down and check out some of these little side roads. Yeah, it sucks that one was blocked off. I didn't look at it very long last time. There I went down. I'm about to check my cab balance if it feels a little floppy. It's hard to find a gear because 3 is a little fast, so it makes it a lot more bumpy, but 2 is like way too low. It's like revving up 1, 2. I don't even want to. My temperature gauge is lying to me because it says 0. I know it smells like it's getting a little warm. Well, if it starts steaming, we'll know. Bye-bye. Second bye-bye. It's fun. The funny is the road to that was more fun than it was. This road gets really sloppy towards the end of the year. It's fun. Stuck under the clutch for a second. It likes 3 just like my other Jeep. 4-wheel drive, low 3rd gear. Wonder if when we get to the end of this, if we should stop real quick or shut the cameras off real quick, save some battery and film for more interesting stuff.
Yeah, because it's this fight.
I think this is about the off-roadiest thing we're gonna do. I don't know. I've never been back on these other roads, so we're gonna check them out. There might be something cool back there. You know, I got my airbag light on. He probably disconnected it, I'm sure. I would rather it be disconnected. I'd rather not go down up a hill and hit a rock and have my face get blasted with the airbag. Don't sound like a good day.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just hit my head on the wheel.
You just hit like a toe or something, it's just like...
Yeah, like this log up here, I accidentally bump it and get knocked out. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to 2-wheel drive and reach over and shut this off. Hey, I can just do that. That's cool. Give me that. Alright, so we're going to go out here to the main road, go left, and there's a couple of little roads I want to check out. From here out, it's all exploring, isn't it? Never been to these places, so we're going to go check them out. This thing smells hot. Water temperature gauge says nothing. So I don't think I trust it either. But if it gets hot, we'll know. It'll start steaming and stuff. This drive will help too. Move some air. Hi, truck. Hi, truck. 2 trail 2. We'll find the next one. It's gonna be a little harder now. All the leaves fell to see these, but give it a shot. Alright, I believe up here to the left is one. Third gear. There goes the wax squirrel. Somebody's house up here. A little chilly. adjust the suspension, and it is hard as a rock because it's a rock climber. And unfortunately, we don't climb rocks here in Michigan, so.
You could go on vacation at one point.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about taking it to Moab when I get it all fixed up. Go climb some rocks in the desert. That's what it's made for. Alright. So up here past this intersection is where there should be a trail off to the left here. It's going to be our next one. Like I said, it's going to be a little tricky to see them now that the leaves are falling. You know, I see it on my way out. Oh, last house up here. Oh. You can see it. Alright. Here we go. Looks like we got some mud too. Range. And screw it, we have lockers, might as well use them. Alright. It's like somebody just drove back here. Everything's smashed down. I don't think we ever shut that one off. It says 13 minutes, so probably not. Oh yeah, we got some mud coming. Oh yeah. Mud. Yeah, this Jeep's a little too good. I'm sorry, it's a little boring because it's usually like if we had the truck right now, we'd be having it'd be a lot tougher. Alright, we're going down to one because it's starting to get a little trenchy. Okay, one's too low. This one's gonna be deep. It's crazy, I got the wheel turned all the way that way. You can't even tell, but it's trying to slide that way. Yeah. There it goes. You notice the way it finally got traction, it went. Like I said, the wheel was turned that way forever. Where's this go? I have no idea.
Me neither.
We might end up in Canada. If you start hearing a squirrel say A, chirp, 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 A, chirp, chirp, or a boot, let me know. When the woodland creatures start talking to you, let me know. Only if they're Canadian. If it's American, it's fine. Anywhere. If they're like, how you doing, Timmy? We'll just be like, great. But if they say, how booted? You say, we need to know. Yeah. It's funny because whenever it grabs traction, you can feel it. And we'll go this one. Looks like we had an option there. Alright, looks like we're out in the mud now. Kind of. We'll go ahead and go to third gear. It's running a little high. But yeah, literally, I have no idea where we're going. We're just cruising through the woods. We'll shut those off. Knock on wood, this thing's running like a champ. That muddy stuff we just went through, that would be fun without all the stuff this thing has on it. Probably make a more interesting video if we got stuck, but I'm good. It could be a little boring.
Just put it on there. We got stuck in the middle of the woods.
I know, that would be a great thumbnail. This Jeep's too damn good, and it was kind of just boring. No, it's fun to me. It's exploring. We're like Lewis and Clark. Brian and Timmy. Wow, this thing goes a ways, don't it? If it breaks out, it's gonna suck getting it out, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
We have to drop the trailer off, get the Suburban, tow it all the way out of all this. You get to drive, you get to steer.
Hey, look at talk.
Hopefully you've steered a vehicle before. If not, you might learn. Yep, this must be the end. And we found out who splatted it already. Alright, the end of one trail.
It looks like a Suburban. I think it's a Chevy or something.
Yeah, it's another Chevy. It's a regular Sierra. Oh, hopefully we're not too late for this. I don't think so. We kind of just decided to drive through the woods and just let it down.
Yeah.
Around. It's kind of a trail.
You can see like where the hill goes downwards. I think that's the lake over there. I don't know.
Yep, it looks like it. It might be a good place to duck on. Want to see and get out and look at it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me find a place I can pull off in case he has to go. This looks good. That's what this thing's made for, is to climb. As you can tell, I had no problem climbing up here. Let's go take a look. We'll let this thing cool off. Nice little hidden marsh here.
Yeah.
It's cool. Whoa, you okay? Alright, so yeah, we decided to take a little quick break and check out a marsh that's over here, and now we're heading back to the Jeep that's hidden back there, and go back and do some more trail riding. I went ahead and grabbed a couple shots for the gram. Visit our Instagram at Lil Buck Builds. And the world's most unexciting action shot in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Good. Go forward. This is looking a little less traveled than the other one. Let's see if we can pass where the sun's not blinding me. So I wish I would have brought my sunglasses. Go a little faster. Oh, I think I see it.
Fanta.
And this is officially the end of the line. We have to back way up. I don't think they purposely put this one. This one just fell.
Back up and go that way.
That's not really a trail. So we could winch it and move it, but I don't want to work that hard. So I gotta find somewhere to turn around. I think we can probably go into that. Just gotta watch out for that. Come on. Sucks that I have mirrors. Tree. Just gave it a little kiss. It's alright. There's another log right here, so. There we go. We made it. like second through here. It's like I want to go faster. Alright, we get to do the hole again. You get to go with me this time. Like, remember how I was telling you the camera makes everything look lame?
Yeah.
Now you get some experience on. Might as well use our lockers in the back. Alright. Can't see crap, so hopefully I'll hit the log. Fun. Like I said, this thing is just built very good. Somebody spent the guy that bought this spent $4,000 just on off-road upgrades. Lockers, the rock sliders, which are those steel things you step on. Winch, upgraded axles. They say he spent some money. Let's go this way. But the thing is, he used it too, so it's got a little bit of abuse. Ooh, this is good though. I think we're good though. Yeah, we're good. We're doing some exploring. I don't think this road's meant to be drove down. I think this is a horse road. What? We fit. Look, there's the lake over there. Oh, this is gonna be tight. Yeah, no. I don't think I can get the Suburban down this road, so I hope this thing don't break down. I mean, no, everything's great, Timmy. We're good. Nothing to worry about at all. My tire rubbed that tree a little bit. Yeah, this is just a main highway. People drive down here all the time, Timmy. I have no idea where we're.
Go left to hit a car.
Yep, there's a car right there, so I guess we're not too far off the beaten trail. These things just don't go too far that way. Oh, there's lots of cars. We're in Ely. We stuck back to Ely Lake Park. Oh, this is the horse trail. Oops. Yeah, we might cut that part out. Yeah, this is the horse trail on the other side of the park. Oops. That guy, those people in the car are probably like, "What in the world?" We'll just take a right through this camp spot right here.
If no one notices, we're good.
That was fun. I'll have to remember that. Alright. Welcome back to Ely. Oops. Yeah, I don't think we need four for Ely. Well, we want to do one more, or are you done? What do you think? Should we risk it, or?
I mean, I guess we can do one more and then we can try to go hunting a bit.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know.
Should we go up the other end of the horse trail?
I think we should go up another trail that way, you know.
Well, hopefully
make room for the one that we did.
Hopefully the horses aren't on the horse trail though.
They just walk down, wonder if I just strike a 10-foot Jeep.
Yeah.
You know, just like mounted Jeep going down this.
I got a horse that goes everywhere. Well, I got a Jeep. It goes everywhere too. But yeah, right up here's the sign for it. We literally went up, drove down the hiking trail, and we might do it again. Well, yeah, it's a good thing we didn't come out this one. I don't think we're gonna quite fit up.
No motorized vehicles on trails.
Yeah, bastards. Why would somebody do that?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go back through the park and see if we can find one more. What time
it's
is
gonna be
it?
like that one car.
Come on, baby, come on. We gotta be careful coming out like this because we'd never get the Suburban back here to get this out.
white.
I think we found a log. I didn't see.
White's popped up.
Yep, I think we found the end of this one. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, yep. I think this is the end of this one. Yep. Alright. That looks like a good place to turn around. Oh no, maybe it goes through there. Just overgrew a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna find out. Nope, it goes. It keeps going. Alright, this is definitely, you ever heard the term off the beaten trail? We are off the beaten trail, Jimmy. This is a logging road. We'll find a place we'll turn around, but until then, off-roading. Oh, I think we go back. Oh, we can go right or left. I think we're gonna go left. I think it's just gonna make a big circle, probably. Alright, we gotta run over a log, so it's gonna make some noise right about here. Oh, hopefully we can get through up here. Find out. Yeah, this definitely has not been drove in a long time. Alright. Yeah, I think we can sneak through there. And we're back. That was kind of fun. I'm gonna have to remember this one for my Jeep Club. Yeah, I definitely, the guys will get a kick out of this for in the overlanding club. Back on the road. All right. Welcome back to Low Buck Builds. In this video, I want to do a quick update on the Jeep TJ project for the channel. So I'm thinking, let's play a game. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick walk around the Jeep. Let's see how many things you guys can spot that I need to fix to make this thing street legal, because that is my goal, is to get this where I can drive it both on the street and on the trails. So let's take a quick walk around to the Jeep and let's see how many things you guys can spot. So there's 3 things that I definitely have to fix to make it street legal. Let's see if you guys can spot them. There's also 2 additional things that I need to fix anyway. One of them I think is going to be fairly tricky for you guys to spot, but those that have had this Jeep before or had a Jeep similar to this is probably going to spot it. But let's see how you guys do. So in order to get this street legal, first thing is both the mirrors are missing. So we're going to get those put on. Also, this flare on this side was missing. And the 2 other things are back here in the back. Let's see if you guys got them. So the first thing is the spare tire carrier is missing. I don't know if somebody stole it off or what. So eventually we're going to want a spare tire. The second thing's the tricky one. I wanted to see if you guys would catch this. Probably not, because you can't really tell in person. Maybe this will help. So the problem is I don't have a key to the tailgate. So we're going to have to replace that lock cylinder. And while we're doing that, we might as well do all the lock cylinders on the Jeep. So that's the easy exterior things that we need to fix to get this back on the road. So when we did the trail ride, one of the things is the temperature gauge is not working. So we're going to have to replace that sensor. That's pretty easy. It's like 20 bucks. I'll probably check and make sure that the wiring to it looks okay. So the biggest issue we got going on is we're leaking power steering fluid pretty good. I'm hoping it's just the lines, but it might be the steering gear itself. And another thing is I took it down the road, and over 35 miles an hour, this thing wanders like crazy. So we got a little bit of death wobble going on, or I don't know. It's just loose steering. It can move left and right. Move the steering wheel probably a quarter of the way to get it to actually engage. So I'm guessing it's going to be either we'll check our tie rods, we'll check our bushing on the steering arm, and we'll check our rag joints. I'm sure it's one or all of that. So yeah, I would like to get it where I can at least drive at 55, or 50 would be even nice, but 35, it shakes and wanders all over the road. I know with the lift and the size tires, there's a little bit, but it shouldn't be that bad. So once we get those bushings replaced or whatever, we'll get a good alignment, and this thing will be ready to at least be a backup vehicle for us. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I got parts ordered. I got flares coming. I got mirrors coming. And I got lock cylinders coming. And then we'll probably just pick up the sensor and whatever we need for the steering after we figure out for sure what we need. So those should be in Friday. So I'm hoping to get back started on that this weekend. Until then, I'm actually getting ready to do the first video on the Firebird. I gotta get the garage cleaned up, and we're gonna get that in. And we're gonna start working on the fuel filter. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, you want to see these things, then hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.